Alright, guys. Not gonna spend too much. Okay, I meant to switch to the right microphone here. Uh, Hold on, I gotta mute some stuff on my computer too. You know, I've got desktop audio disabled. Or at least I know my audio works. Hey Joshua, what's going on, dude? Yeah, sorry for the weird start the intro. I had to go switch over my computer from the external speakers to the microphone with my earbuds. So that's why you might have heard me echo there. I was like, oh crap, I'm gonna fix that real quick before I go any further. I got distracted with some other stuff. But alright. Well, first things first, you might notice the lighting's a little different. Well, my ring light that I thought was gonna work again, um, well, it decided to not work. It, I guess, decided to work one final time, and then I plugged it in and I couldn't get to turn on. It's like, alright, I guess I'll have to buy a ring light. Good thing I have this light bar, this thing right here. If I can pull it up this. So this is what I'm using for light for the time being, along with any outside light. Which, that's gonna kind of hurt any streams going forward. Joshua says, doing great. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I noticed that. You're good. Okay, thank you, Joshua. Alright, I am live here on Twitch as always, along with live on the RHC TCG channel, as I want to still give that channel some love here and there, but, I think that channel is going to go inactive for a bit. And it's not so much because I can't find Pokemon cards. I can find them every now and then. But I think after this, I'm going to take a bit of a break from trading card openings. I don't want to go too personal, but I've had some things come up with my house. Some repairs I need to make that I might need to do. So that might start taking some time away from buying stuff for fun. I'll still have my games to play, but when it comes to trading cards, I think after opening so much, I think maybe it's finally time for me to give the pack openings a break for a while. Hell, a while back, I actually bought a card that's, well, I have been wanting to get from packs I can never find retail. That's the Misty Psyduck. So hold on, let me stand up for a moment. The card's not near me. Let me take my earbud out. But yep. I know Josh, I've already shown this to him in a private chat, but finally got Misty Psyduck. I was like, you know what? And I'm going to show it on the camera real quick. So let me just switch to the card streams. Here it is in all its glory. I'm happy to have it. I had to pay a lot for it, but thankfully paying for it is an option. I just don't want to buy any more packs of Destined Rivals and just never pull it in a pack. It gets to the point, like, what's the point? The cards are a government price, and you could spend so much on packs and booster boxes of Destined Rivals, or going to $600 at least. That is ridiculous. There are sets that are older than Destined Rivals that are cheaper, like Darkness Ablaze, Vivid Voltage. Yeah, sure, those sets maybe aren't the greatest, and the two chase cards in those sets now seem dated versus the ones that have come out in recent years, but, yeah, it's just not worth it anymore to keep buying these packs. I mean, yes, I bought some. I bought me a few of the Knockout Collection boxes, so I'll open these for the last time for quite a bit. I've got some Panini Football, like, well, Revolution, because I am Revolution L Cowboy, so why not? And I even like that even the type, that the style here is almost AR Destine, what I use for my logo. It's similar to it. I kind of feel like maybe Panini knows I opened their packs and they did it on purpose. Just saying. Hey, Panini, if you want to sponsor me, that would be helpful. Oh, yeah. I also bought some of the Phoenix cards as well. I was like, yeah, I'm going to give the Mosaic stuff a break for a bit. I've been opening that here and there. Plus, why not? Let's give these one final try. We got some of the third-party packs, which are good for stuff I don't have from sets I can't find anymore. And finally, let me see where I put it. This is the only one that my Cracker Barrel had stock. The last pack they had a perk ore for the time being, and that's all they really had besides what I found here. Family Dollar is where I got the knockout collection box as usual, and that's all they had. Remember Hurricane. Revolution, not revolutionary. Haha, JK. Speaking of weather, man, I feel like there was a tropical depression, and no, I'm not trying to make a joke when it comes to our friend Hurricane, but there had to have been some kind of like weird tropical depression hurricane around here that we didn't know about, because some reason the weather's been acting weird, where it's been moving in the opposite direction. Because normally where I live, stuff always starts in the west and moves to the east. Well, I've noticed recently the stuff we had yesterday and the stuff today has started from the east and started moving to the west, which is kind of weird because I'm no meteorologist, but every time that happens, it's usually because there's like a tropical depression that moves through. Usually hurricanes that develop out like in the Gulf of Mexico or somewhere on the Atlantic, is usually what causes stuff like that to come like here. Like by the time it hits mainland U.S., only like the Gulf Coast states and the East Coast gets the hurricanes, and then they always downgrade to like tropical storms and depressions, and eventually a low pressure by the time it hits my neck of the woods. So it's weird that we're getting all this random rain, and it's caused me some problems that now I have to fix. And it's kind of like, all right, I guess I'll have to start taking a break from open trade cards for a bit and doing some other stuff. Yeah, do you think that might... Yeah, I'm thinking that's what did. It's weird because last night, I have one ear open, as you guys... I mean, just... You could tell, but I'm just going to do this as always. I have one earbud here, but I have the other ear open so I can listen out my window for thunder. I heard no thunder last night. I heard heavy rain a little bit, but it was enough just to make my power go out for like a second. For that brief power surge. And thankfully it hasn't happened again because we've had some rain off and on through last night and earlier today. Yeah, Stroof indeed, dude. Yeah. It's not going to get better. Over the next 3 days, we're supposed to have some more severe weather. So that's why I'm going to be keeping an eye on both the outside conditions, and I will put my phone up every now and then to check the radar. Just in case anything pops up to the east of us and starts moving west. And sometimes it's moving northwest, it's not move southwest, which I don't understand that. That just seems like a weird weather pattern. I don't know what is going on. And this weather has weird timing, too. I was chatting with somebody at one of the restaurants I was eating out at today, one of the employees, talking about Riverfest, which is coming up this weekend. It's a little celebration of the city of Wichita, and they always do it by the river. And apparently every year it rains at Riverfest time. Maybe there's always rain towards the end of May, beginning of June. But it seems like it always happens. Makes you wonder. And let me tell you another weird coincidence before I get too far along. It seems like when we had snow earlier this year, it was always on a Friday. Why was it always on a Friday we had snow? Not any other day. And we had one day where it snowed from Friday all the way to early Sunday. I don't know. Look up cloud seeding. I don't want to, get too much in conspiracy theories, but there's a lot of weird stuff going on. If you thought last year was weird, this year, 2026, I think we've just hit the tip of the iceberg. Not to mention, my country, the United States of America, is turning 250 years. And apparently there's a little rumor that a lot of empires don't make it that long. Oh boy, there I go. I got my tinfoil hat on. You can't see it, but there's been some weird things. Even when it comes to Pokemon cards, the fact I can't find these, sometimes I think the Pokemon Company has secret scalpers out there, and they're inflating the market. That's why this stuff is hard to find. And they'll say, oh, we're trying to get more stuff out there. Bull crap. You let the scalpers buy it up. And yeah, you can't stop the scalpers, but how did all of a sudden all these scalpers decide to start looking at Pokemon cards around the time of the anniversary? Even before the anniversary started. This started in late 2024, and the anniversary is this year in 2026, and this is when all this started again. I don't know. There's some shady shit going on right now. Not just one scalper that starts all this. Let me read your comment, Josho. Yeah, I don't blame you for using that one piece. I do that all the time, just in case I hear thunderstorms. Plus, it helps me be able to speak without hearing myself muffle. Yeah, dude, I agree. I've done that where I'll put both earbuds in, and I feel weird. I don't know why. I feel like I don't know. I don't want to cancel too much noise. I want to be able to hear my surroundings. What if something happens outside? Not just storms. Anything could happen, and then I have one ear covered up. And I don't know. It feels like I have a hard time speaking. I almost feel like I have a hard time breathing when I put something in my ear. I know that sounds weird. I don't know. It's last night really ruined the GTA stream we had, and it seems like you also had some going on with OBS, which at least the positive side on your stream, it's just got split in half, so you can always put it together, so it's not anything bad for you. But for me to have Mother Nature screw me over, that's why I'm gonna try not to speak for too much longer. I apologize. I'm not gonna pull a Dark Side Phil and spend 30 minutes to an hour talking before I get into the first packs. Oh god, and I mentioned that. Yeah, you heard that right. If you thought having Logan Paul in the Pokemon community was bad, Dark Side Phil, the guy known for having a little bit of fun with his little Dark Side Phil on May 1st, has joined the Pokemon community, but in the wrong way. At least, as much as I don't like Logan Paul, and I still never will, at least Logan Paul, when he sells packs to people, he's actually giving them the cards. As for Dark Side Phil, he's opening packs and he's keeping them for himself. When he makes the money, he asks people for $50 a pack, maybe even 100, but he's not giving to anyone. It's like, I guess it's just for him to make money. Like, oh my god, Dark Side Phil, get out of our community. I already thought having Logan Paul in our community was bad. I mean, we already got to deal with Logan Paul in WWE, but oh my god, Dark Side Phil, ugh, that guy's terrible. I don't care if he hears this. Hey, maybe I might make myself famous if Dark Side Phil finds my video. Oh, and I guess he'll try to sue people that talk bad about it. You know what, dude? It's the internet. There's people that don't like you, people don't like me, don't like anyone. Get over it. It sucks. Alright, so your comments here. Frosty Fridays, yeah, they were frosty for a while there in January. And then Joshua said, not weird at all, probably referencing to this with the earbud. Yeah. But alright, looks like I've already been on for 12 minutes. Let him try to sue. He won't be able to back his argument up. Yeah, definitely. Because, Darkside Phil, he don't like criticism. I mean, come on. Okay, nobody likes being criticized, but just block people, move on. But he just can't live anything down after his May 1st thing 10 years ago. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. If you know, you know. If you don't, well, yeah. All I can say is, oh, the camera's on. It was on the whole time. Yeah. And that's where I will leave it at. Alright, enough about that, because I don't want to give that guy any more attention. I feel dirty now I even mentioned that dude. Alright, let's get into this. I'm starting to lose light. So I'm going to go through these fairly quick, and hopefully get some good hits. I put my sleeves off to the side. Where I put them, I don't remember. I bought some new sleeves recently, so they should be on my table somewhere. If not, I probably moved over my desk. Hopefully I didn't... oh well, I'll find them later. As I bought some new sleeves recently, so I don't know where they're at. Not gonna lie. Love the blue effect on Misty there. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, and by the way, when you thought the Psyduck card was the best card to find in Misty, guess what? There's another Misty Full Art coming out called Misty Spirit in the upcoming set. It's already out in Japan. It's called Abyss Eye. It's a set based around Darkrai, and there's a card of Misty in there with a regular trainer and a full art, and I'll assume there might be a special illustration rare. And when the set English comes out called Pitch Black, it should be in that set. So, yeah, another Misty card, and I would say probably one of the best Misty full arts they've done in a while. So I'll definitely be looking forward to that card. It's already popping on eBay. Not for cheap, unfortunately, but that's because right now it's only the Japanese card, and once the English card comes out, the Japanese one will go down in price, because that's usually what happens. Well then, something new to hunt when it comes out. Yeah, definitely. And though I'll be honest with you, I'm not playing the waiting game with that card. I'm probably not even going to buy... Until I've got things figured out around here where I can maybe devote some money to packs, I may just buy that card outright like I did with Misty Psyduck, because I'm tired of opening packs and pulling so many duplicates. But oh well. Like I said, I was trying to see where my sleeves are. I do have some other sleeves over here. Oh well, I'll find them later. I swore I had them on the table. Oh, there they are. My Ultra Pro penny sleeves, so in case we get any hits. At least with Pokemon, I only got a few chances here. But alright. Like I said, I'm going to try to not spend too much more time talking for a bit. with the weather. Gotta play it by ear and see how it goes. All I got to say. Yeah, definitely got that right, Josho. Yep, so far, you're even the only one watching over on Twitch. I don't even know if I'm even live on YouTube, honestly. I think I am live, but I haven't got any comments, and something about my thing not saying it's connected over on the YouTube studio. Maybe I popped in the wrong one. Oh, well, I'll just close that out. Oh, well, this will still be on YouTube if it is on YouTube later on. Alright, I'm going to open some Panini Phoenix football cards. See if I get something nice out of these. Haven't got any hits in the way of like relics or autos as of late. Okay, I figured I was live. I thought so. I just haven't seen any comments yet. It's kind of getting slow with YouTube. I'm gonna still stream to YouTube anyway, just so I don't have to, you know, put up the recording later like I had been doing in the past. And sometimes I forget to be honest, and I'll just end up putting it up later. So it's just a little easier. Plus, hey, to show my YouTube subscribers that I still do care about YouTube, but I want you guys to come to Twitch where you guys get better interactions. All right. Oh, cool. Somebody for my Ravens. Tyler Loop. All right, not bad. David Njoku. Tank Bigsby. And Chris McCaffrey. All right, so far, I don't think anything here was a parallel. So, yeah, I'm going to try to keep this a little quick on the card opening. So I may not say every name, just for the fact that I mostly want to see if I get any big hits here. All right, well, there's a parallel. Cool. We got a Caleb Williams from the Bears. All right, I'll take that. All right, not bad, not bad. We'll get the sleeve here in a moment, because I try to sleeve not just Pokemon, but also football cards, too. I'll have the pop-out chat up from YouTube, just in case spammers, and of course, on here. Yeah, of course, if like anybody decides to start spamming here over on Twitch or on YouTube, because, you know, that happens, unfortunately. Or if anybody tries to start saying some crap that's, yeah, not ideal, because I know you got a spammer in one of your streams a while back when you did your WA2K25 My Rise, which was my plan to do for tonight, but because of the weather, I don't want to risk it with my Series X as much as I shouldn't risk it with my computer. If I start hearing Rumbles of Thunder, I'm definitely going to stop, or if I start to hear like some rain, in fact, I might just have to pull the phone, have my phone on real quick, so maybe I can check the radar and see what's going on. So far, in the clear, but, you know, showers can pop up out of nowhere. It's like, man, I do not want to deal with that. Because it was out of nowhere last night. And I knew there was a chance for rain, but the fact it came through so quick and caused that power outage at 1 in the morning last night, it was insane. And weird timing, too, for my girl Noelle to get killed in our GTA playthrough. And then after that, my lights flickered. And I was knocked off of Discord, knocked off of Twitch, and off of YouTube. By the way, cool card of Riley Leonard. Oh, that's a nice, kind of like a refractor. All right, so that's a hit. We'll put that over there. Not bad, not bad. Oh, Derrick Henry. All right, for my Ravens. Hopefully Baltimore has a good season this coming season with a new coach. Now we don't have John Harbaugh anymore. So I hope the new coach can turn things around. I mean, John Harbaugh was a great coach. Led Baltimore to 1 Super Bowl. Had some good seasons. We had very few losing seasons under him. But oh well, I hope things go better for Baltimore this coming season. Boy, we'll be talking about that here soon. It'll be around the corner. So let me fix something real quick. That kind of is bugging me a little. There we go. I just had to fix that on my OBS. I don't mind on the Lava show, but I was kind of, they looked a little weird only showing on one side. Alright, let me read your comment here. My oath indeed. It's a good thing I still have email and phone verification enabled for non-mods on my channel, whereas mods are exemptions from that red tape. Even Hurricane was pleased yesterday he wasn't blocked. Oh yeah, definitely. I think I have some enabled similar to that. I might have to look into it more just anyway to avoid the usual spammers, especially people that come on here and say, oh, I want Pokemon cards, like wants me to open this Pokemon, or people that come in trying to bug us to play on GTA Online when we don't know them. Oh yes, yep, as you said there, yeah. Alrighty. Alright, who we got here? We got, oh, it's like I might have another parallel coming up. Cool, cool. We'll see what this parallel is. Oh, that's a nice card. A Contours parallel of Amon Ross St. Brown. Okay, that's cool. Alright, we'll put that over there. We'll sleeve it up in a moment. Alright, not bad, not bad. Oh, there's old Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs. Of course, because me living in Kansas, there's lots of Chiefs fans. Alright, that's a cool card. We'll sleeve that up. Got 2 packs left here of the Phoenix before I move on to maybe the third-party Pokemon products. We'll go to Panini Revolution, and then, well, I'll get into the last packs here, the official stuff from the Knockout Collection in perfect order. Let's see. Ooh, that's a cool parallel. It's kind of like a... It looks red in a way. Cool. A little bit of pink, maybe. Hard to tell, but alright. That might be one of the pretty cool hit there. I will do a Carter from the Giants. Alright. Not bad. Boo. There's Mr. Taylor Swift right there. Yeah, I said it. Alright, that's nice. So we got a couple, one orange, got some regular silver refractors there, and a pink one, so that's cool. So nice. Got 4 parallels so far. One pack to go. Let's see what I pull in this. Alright. Okay, we got Josh Allen for the Bills. Alright, cool. So that's the last refractor card. Alright. Alright, not bad, not bad. And these are all the new cards for the collection. Now, there are some of these I've yet to pull. I've opened a little bit of the Phoenix set. I think this is only like the 3rd time I've opened this set up. I just, like I said, I want to change up because I've mostly opened the Mosaic cards as of late. Alright, not bad. Out of those few packs I got, almost every pack except for one had a parallel in it. Alright, pretty cool. So that's it for that, and let me move my mouse off to the side, because I also use this playmat as a mouse pad too. Alright, there's your next comment. Speaking of football, we had an NRL State of Origin game the other night. Happy New South Wales Blues won the first of 3 games. However, one of the referees on that game had called out for referee misconduct. Was on the board news. Yeah, how that doesn't surprise me. Seems like every sport has bad refs. You guys have them. We have bad refs in the NFL. I've seen some bad referee in the NHL. Hell, WWE even has refs kind of make missed calls when they miss when somebody's shoulders are down and they see something change or something else happens where they weren't supposed to count the 3. And instead of calling it audible, they just count the 3 anyway and change the planned finish of a match. So it just every sport seems to have weird, crooked refs. Or refs that just are blind, unfortunately. A little bit of both, unfortunately. I mean, look back to the Patriots a decade ago and how they were successful when the referees turned a blind eye to missed calls. Alrighty. Let me get into some more Pokemon cards now. We'll get into the third-party products here and see if I can pull any cool Japanese cards. Maybe there's any vintage cards. I only picked up 4 of these, and honestly, I'm probably going to give these a break for a while, just because they're fun to buy. But at the same time, I think it's kind of gotten to the point where, like, alright, I've spent so much money, I'm still adding more bulk that I don't always need, but there's usually always 1 or 2 cards in these that I'll end up needing, or maybe the Japanese cards, the ones I always look forward to getting. Because I'm trying to collect more of Japanese stuff I might have missed. I mentioned to you the other week, brought up this stuff. I mentioned it happens a lot in the NRL, where in the AFL never has. Wow. Well, it's good to see at least that the Australian Football League actually has refs that do their job, so that's at least a good thing. I wish the NFL here in America and the NHL would actually stop missing calls, but whatever, what can you do? Alright, so, let's see. Reverse Hall Musharna here. Kind of shows up pretty funny. Oh, cool, there's a holographic Kling. It's good to see some more stuff from the Black Bolt White Flare set. I wish I could find more of that stuff. That stuff is impossible being a subset. And plus, now that's out of print, with us being further along in the Mega Evolution era, as we get closer and closer to them starting up the next era, whatever Generation 10 is going to be. Yeah, looks a bit blue, Snickers. Alright, so there's a Tangela from 151. That's cool to see. Alrighty. Well, that's from Sword Shield Base. Man, that was 6 years ago at this point. That's crazy to think about. Oh, 5-type energy. A Pokeball, and a Rotom Foam. That was from Champion's Path. One of the sets that I saw very little of and never saw in retail, to be honest. Alright, so no, not bad. Nothing too exciting there, other than maybe a couple of cards from Black Bolt, and I saw a Tangle that I might need from 151. Another set that's a subset that I can't really find anymore. Because, well, 151 being a set based around Kanto, of course, all the people that are in it for the money are going to go after sets that are with the OG Pokemon, like Charizard, for example. Because, of course, Charizard is the cash cow of Pokemon. Always has been, going back to the original base set. Alrighty. And I'm just not going to bother considering anything hits in here, because the real hits will be in the other packs. Okay, oops, buzzed my mic here. Alright, we got Thunderous from Black Bolt, so good to see more stuff from Black Bolt, and a Reverse Archon. Okay, cool. Alrighty. The rest of this stuff might already be stuff I already have, but I know I'm trying to get more Black Bolts and White Flare cards. Alright, no more from Mega Evolutions there. Pin Urchin from Crown Zenith. Oh, I missed that set. That was a good set. A Crushing Hammer and a Hop. Alright, nothing too special in that pack. Other than the 2 Black Bolt cards. Alright, got 2 more to pull out that I had left in my Crack Barrel bag. Or Cash Fire type. LOL. Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah. Charizard, definitely. And if it's not Charizard, people love Umbreon. Ever since Evolving Skies, that Moonbreon card, that card is like, oh god, it's on par with the vintage base set Charizard being one of the most expensive cards ever. Which I don't get. And this is not against Umbreon. Umbreon's cool, you know, my favorite evolution's Jolteon. And then Sylveon, a pretty close second. After that, I would say Leafeon, Espeon are next. And then, you know, I like all the other evolutions, but I just still don't get all the hype over that card. It's a nice card, but I don't think it'd be worth that much money. I hate when these investors hype up this stuff. It's ridiculous. They do it for nothing. They shouldn't be overinflating the price of these cards. And I hate to say it, PokeTubers are no better, because there's a lot of PokeTubers I watch that they kind of also, they influence it too. And I don't know. I try not to be in that influencer community. Alright, well, this is from White Flare, a Sigilyph. Oh, hey, that's cool. That's a Pokeball reverse. Don't see those very often in these. That's cool. It's nice to see something besides the other stuff being thrown in. Alright, that's cool. Alright, so C-Dot there. Alright, Timber. Scizor. Hey, Scizor, that's one of my favorites right there. Connie. Alright, not bad. So far, nothing in the way of Japanese. Oh, that's cool. That's from a set I've never opened. I think it's Forbidden Light. That's one of those sets from the Sun Moon era I never got in retail. So, alright, cool. I do like it when I see some older Sun Moon cards as well. So far, nothing in the way of Japanese, but maybe this pack might have one Japanese pack. I know in my game I got Shiny Embryon. He is the best boy in the Pokemon game. Eh, you know, that's alright. I got off a Shiny Eevee as a friend. Cool. Yeah, the Shinies are cool too. I mean, nothing wrong with that. You know, my favorite Shinies are always going to be, well, Charizard for one, and not like Shiny Gyarados, because Gyarados it's a shiny red Gyarados. I mean, come on, that's awesome. And that was the first shiny, too, in the terms of the trade card game, alongside Shiny Magikarp. Alright, here we go. Last pack here, Gyarados reverse. I think I saw Gyarados earlier. Sorry if I'm slurring my words a little bit. Tranquil. Alright, got Crocorock. Good old Charmander. The Fair of the Stars. Hey, Misty Star, you cool, cool. Alright, Simisage there. A Diglett. Electric Energy. Okay. And that's about it. Well, no Japanese cards this time, but a good decent amount of stuff from Black Bolt and White Flare, and cool to see some stuff from the past. Even if a lot of this stuff in there I already have, but there's some that I don't, so I'll be looking through this later on when I organize my binders. Alright, guys. Oh yeah, Shiny Red Gyarados. Yep, definitely. I remember in the anime, they even featured the Shiny Gyarados. And Ash, of course, had his Shiny Noctowl. But something I never understood, what was Pink Butterfree back in the Bye Bye Butterfree episode? It's not a Shiny Butterfree, because Shiny Butterfree was still, like, purple, I believe. But it had, like, green on it. But yet that Pink Butterfree, what was it, like a special chemical, like, altered Butterfree? I don't know. I never understood it. I'm sure somebody knows the answer. But alright. Let's get back to some football. I was going to get some baseball cards at some point. Ah, there goes my camera! And that was a little thing I didn't want to happen. Good question you asked. Yeah, about the Butterfree. But oh well. Yep. It's always this camera too. My card cam mess up. Like, I can do anything over here my face cam. Nothing happens. I do something the card cam. I tap it the wrong way. I'm not going to do it now. It'll mess up. And I even have to move my table over a little bit. Because for a while, it was like doing that messed up crap. Shit, I thought the stream was broken. Nope. Just an error on my end. Just something I messed up. But, it's working fine now. It's just I don't know, this webcam, I don't know what it is, why it does that, but I'm like, whatever. Anyways, trying to get myself a little more space here, because sometimes I have to watch where I'm opening stuff. Alright, I'm going to go through one again pretty quick. I got, oh man, like at least 10 packs or more here. 4 cards per pack. Maybe a loose component. Don't know. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? It also doesn't help that these webcams are Type-C, and I have to use a Type-C to A converter to plug it in my desktop computer. So that might also be a factor. Who really knows? I'm not a tech expert, so it's whatever. Alright. So here we go. Let's see. I know the normal cards are orange. The parallels are usually blue, red. Sometimes they're cyan, which is just a lighter blue. Okay, cool card of Bo Nix there. Alright. Alright, Rashad Bateman, blue parallel. Not bad, not bad. We'll put it over here. Alright, so that's our first parallel of the pool. And somebody that's on my Ravens. Alright, Cam Scatterbo's the last card. So, okay, cool. So we'll sleeve that card up. Hopefully I get to sleeve some Puma cards up. The only reason I didn't sleeve the hollows or reverse hollows, they're not really worth as much when it comes to those. I don't know, maybe that the reverse hollow Trubbish was maybe, I guess, hit worthy, but I don't know. So far, good 30 minutes I've been live, so that's not bad, and for now I'm not hearing anything with the weather, so I'm always trying to keep an eye on it. Just Mother Nature can throw me a bone and give me a break from this weather, because it was raining through last night. It had me all shooken up. Alright, so let's see. We got to pin this pack. Alright, that's a futures card. I know that's just a normal, not a parallel. That's an insert. Alright, so nothing in the way of parallels. It'll probably be every odd number pack. First pack and then the third pack, but sometimes it can always vary on what's going to be a parallel. And I know for my YouTube subscribers, I know this is kind of like a last minute stream, because I don't ever really put up updates anymore, but it's like, oh well, maybe down the line I'll start getting more people watching the streams whenever. Alright, red parallel, Emmitt Smith when he was playing for the Cardinals, for his last time playing the NFL, cool. Alright, not bad. Always like pulling red, cool to see some red parallels, but blue ones are cool too. I think red and blue are the most common, and then the cyan ones are usually the more rare of these parallels from what I've seen the last couple times I've opened up these packs. But yeah, eventually down the line, I gotta get around to do my theme song. I need to figure out where I put it, because I'm trying to go back to Suno AI and download it, but I might just do it through Clipchamp later. I gotta do some more editing with my theme song, make like an intro video down the line. Alright, anything good out of this pack? Alright, that's a red parallel of Terrence Ferguson. Alright, put that right there. Alright, not bad, not bad. But yeah, I want to do more in the way of video making down the line. It's just trying to find time. Even with my gameplays, it's like, yeah, during the week, especially on some days where I have little to no time. That's why I also haven't done any pop-up streams as of late, because there's sometimes I don't wake up too much later. Yeah, it should be. Well, yeah, it should be on my computer. Well, the theme song is on my computer. For some reason, when I put it on OBS, it makes it look like there's a video, but it's just a still frame. And remember last night in my stream where I played the theme song, but you didn't hear it, and I swore I had on monitor and output, and the weird that you couldn't hear my new theme song. So I don't know what was going on with it. As I was putting it on when we were rolling in the car back to the bunker, so I don't know. I'll have to figured out. Suno AI, I went over to the website, and it's like they changed the website. Like, it logged me out. Oh, you did get to hear the music. Okay, so you just didn't get to hear it while you were in the voice chat with me. That's right. Okay, gotcha. So you got to hear the theme song then. Cool. I'll have to share it again later. But, alright. Let's see what's this next pack here with Devin Hester. Alright, cool, cool. Oh, that's cool. New Wave for Micah Parsons. Okay, it's not... I don't think it's a parallel as far as I know, but... Let me see. Usually sometimes it'll tell me if it is or not. No, maybe not. Maybe it's just the way the design looks. It's pretty cool. And then we got Kyle Williams. I don't know. This one, these usually say if they're parallels. Like it'll have up in the corner Storm. I know it might not show very well, but you can see that. There we go. That'll tell you whether or not it's a parallel. So this is not. It would probably be somewhere in the bottom, I guess. That's alright. So far, getting some decent hits here. I'm moving back over. just to kind of keep them on here. Oh yeah, definitely. Hey, you know I love my metal. I always say this, not just for me saying with the pulling cards. You know how much of a metalhead I am. Heck, my username was taken from a couple of Pantera songs, and one of them being their debut album. I mean, I'm not Revolutionary Cowboy for any reason besides that. But hey, the name has stuck with me 25 plus years later, so hey, it's a name that's become my overall identity here online. Alright, and we're parallel. Oh, we got Cyan parallel of Jared Goff, and well, it matches with the light blue of his jersey, so that's cool. Alright, that's not bad. So, alright. I think this, like I said, the light blue Cyan parallels are kind of like more rare, I've noticed, compared to the red and blue ones. Seem like the red ones are most common, then the blue ones are second most common. Mate, I know you have a metal head. I know I had to. Hey, at least being a metalhead's not bad. We know some people are knuckleheads. Thankfully they're not here, so. And that's not hating on them or anything. Or probably worse, be an airhead. Then that would suck. Nah, but all seriousness, I'm gonna have to give me a drink here in a moment. I meant to go get myself water because our GTA missions, there's times where I couldn't really leave you hanging unless we got the mission over with. Alright, Jerome Bettis, the bus right there. Legend with the Steelers. Cool, cool. Oh, wow, that's a green parallel. I haven't pulled those yet. I might have to look at the box and see the odds of the parallels, but this is the first time I pulled a green in one of these. Okay, cool. Deebo Samuel from the Washington Commanders, and the last card is Elijah Arroyo. Alright, cool. So I guess there is a bigger one. Actually, I love the piece here. Oh, yeah, definitely, definitely. Hey, Josh, it's nice to have you here, man. Too bad with what it's done with you and OBS when we try to do our little test stream where we have both you and me on the screen, and it messed up your GPU, like the CPU, all that. And we ended up, making things slower. I'm like, that's what's kind of stopped me from wanting to do it. I know there's also StreamYard still, and then there's Restream, which I think Restream you can use OBS. StreamYard you can't, unfortunately. Because I'd love to be able to see if I could still have you on as a guest, but also use my OBS at the same time. Maybe I'll have to explore that, because I know it's also with Restream you gotta pay some money if you want to be able to remove that Restream watermark and have like custom videos. But hey, if I'm using OBS, maybe I might be able to bypass that stuff. It just sucks because I'll have to see the Restream watermark, but whatever. Maybe down the line I'll try it out. Let me grab me a drink real quick before I get to the next pack. Like I said, so far so good. Nope, I have not been hearing any rumbles of thunder. Things are calm. So hopefully I can continue the stream without any problems. Now, as for the 2K25 stream, I don't know about mine, if I'm doing one tonight or not. I want to, but if the weather decides to have a different plan, well, yeah. And plus, like I said before, now I'm using this light bar. This thing doesn't put out the best light. So it may not be as good as the ring light that decided to break on me again. And it was the same one that I had been using. That I thought, okay, it's working again. And then it stopped working. So I was like, okay, I guess so much for that. Alright, let's see what we got in this pack. Anything good? Stargazing here with TJ Watt. Alright, so no parallel in this pack. So the next pack, if I grab the right one, should be a parallel. That's all we really can do. Oh, let me check what you said. All right. That's all we really can do. It didn't help that I did have my browser open that uses more GPU. Maybe I should have closed that. Yeah, maybe, dude. Probably that's what I would say. Because sometimes I have to keep I try to keep stuff open so I can monitor things, but I also try not to check back on YouTube or Twitch. That's why sometimes I try to rely on you guys to let me know if you guys can hear me. Because when I start streams on my own and I don't have anybody there, I have to go back and listen to myself. Otherwise, some people don't like to say anything. And there's one person in particular that, when he watches my streams, he won't tell me right away. And it's nothing personal against him, but, like, if you don't tell me if you can't hear me, if you just say, he'll say, like, a comment, like a one-word comment, like, or something that's confusing. Maybe next time I'll just have OBS Discord open. At least that don't cause issues. Yeah, maybe. We'll have to see next time if we do our test stream for there on the line for RHC and JRP Live. Especially if it'll be a game stream or maybe a card stream when I'm back doing card streams full time. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, we got a red parallel. That is of Ty Felton. Okay. Alright, not bad, not bad. I know when I had the browser open in the past, it did force issues. Yeah, it does seem like anything you do, whether it be streaming or if you do gameplays, like maybe with Fire Pro might be a problem, or if you might have the browser open, that'll mess things up. Because sometimes it can be Edge, it can be Chrome. I know both of them have their issues. Sometimes Edge more than Chrome, and sometimes it can be Chrome more than Edge. I don't know. Either way, it's kind of like whatever, technology. That's all I have to say. Alright, no, red parallel. This is of Cam Ward. Alright, cool. So definitely more reds than anything else. Alright, not bad, not bad. So back-to-back red parallels. Once again, with me loving the color red. And I'm wearing blue today. I'm wearing my KU tank. But there is some red, because, you know, red or crimson is one of the colors, so I did wear red yesterday in the other stream. Alright, let's see. Second to last pack here. Before we move on to the Pokemon stuff to end the stream. Alright, up from the Patriots, Drake May. I know somebody out there, if he's watching, Positive Hole Players, I know you're a big Drake May fan if you're watching. Alright, we got Tyreek Hill there. Cool, cool. Alright, that's a nice insert card of Kurt Warner with the legends here. And the last card, Mason Taylor. Okay. Alright. Last pack. Let's see what we got here. I like the blood red text below, banner below. Yeah, definitely. It's pretty cool. I like when they do stuff like this. Cool parallels and you got different colors. Like I said, the red being the most common, then the blue. It seems like I've only pulled one or two blues maybe. And then one light blue or cyan. And then the one green is one I didn't expect. Alright, let's move. I think the parallel should always be the third card. So let's put this card right here of Jalen Royals from the Chiefs. Alright. We got Cedric Tillman. Oh, looks like I got a red coming up. Oh, Roquan Swift, my Ravens. And Darius Davis is our last card. Alright. Oh, once again, I shook my microphone. I always do that. I'm going to have to get another mic at some point. Get like a boom mic so it'll be over here and not on my desk. Or on my table here. Alright, not bad though. Good decent amount of NFL cards when it comes to parallels. With parallels, at least Panini makes them more guaranteed. Tops, they're hard to get. At least when it comes to like Tops baseball and sometimes Tops football. But alright, not bad. I would say some pretty cool cards here. Just look through them real quick before we get to the Pokemon cards here. This probably might be the hit because I think the green cards might be the most rare because I've pulled Scions in at least every box I've opened. There's of course a Scion, light blue. And then so far, I was like, yeah, I guess this would be the only blue card, because I think most of you might get maybe 2 blue cards per box, so the green might have made up for that. And then, of course, the cards earlier from the Phoenix box, which I think my favorites right here have been this one right here, the pink parallel, and then this one's pretty cool. But the rest are pretty cool. And the orange parallel, which kind of goes along here with Misty. Too bad I don't have any sets here of Destined Rivals to open up. Or any other sets that would have Misty in them. So, no Misty for the stream. But you guys got to see the Misty Psyduck earlier, so it's close enough, I guess. Alright, let me get the knockout collections. Try to knock this out of the park, and hopefully one of these packs will give me a hit. I've been lucky with Surge of Sparks from these, or sometimes White Masquerade. Where sometimes I'll get a hit from one pack and not the other. Or sometimes I'll get 2 hits. So we'll see. As always, there's that cool Kyogre Holo that always comes with each one. I've got so many of these, but I do like the cool Cosmo foils. You know, I'm glad they at least keep these every so often. Alrighty, stickers. Always got your stickers. But we care about the packs. Let me get into the Twilight Masquerade. And I know people are making a big deal about that new set, Chaos Rising, because there's a Greninja in it, the Mega Greninja, so of course, because we know how popular Greninja is, I mean, that's another point people go crazy for. Don't get me wrong, Greninja is cool. I mean, for me, I don't know. It's hard to say who else I like outside Charizard, Jolteon, Machamp, Scizor. I mean, I still have some of my favorites. I keep knocking my dang microphone here. And no Patrick. And Joshua, if you were here with me, you would go, get your code card here, going once, go twice, one more time, and sold. And the energy is a water type energy. There we go for you. I know you like blue, so alright. Oh yes, LOL. Yep. Well, maybe down the line I'll get you back on here as my auctioneer. Alright, we got a nose pass there. Seeking. Well, hey, there's for Misty. You know, this set don't have anything Misty in it, but still cool to see. Alright, let's see. What got any hits coming? Reverse Hall should be coming up here. Alright, there's a Reverse Hall Shinx, Reverse Hall Flabebe, and a Sinista. Or Sinasha. I don't know. I probably said it wrong, but whatever. Alright, Surge Sparks. I have pulled a Pikachu in this set, but it's not the illustration rare Pikachu or the gold one. But I have pulled a regular full art Pikachu EX in here. I wish I would have done it on stream, but maybe next time I will if I open more of this up in the future. But like I said, I might be taking a step back from these card opens for a bit. Oh, yeah, yes, Water Blue Energy. Blue Water Energy indeed, and you put the metal horns up. Yep. Of course, for me, oh, well, you talk about water and blue. Huh, I got Fire Red here. Ooh. Well, we have a Fire Pull, though. We'll find out. Oricorio. Alright, so I'm just going to go through these pretty quick. Let's see. We got Snorlax Reverse. Altaria Reverse. Ah, dang. Nothing in that box. The Kyogre box let me down. Well, let's see if the Suicune box will have something good. And this is why I think for a bit I'm going to definitely kind of take a break, because I got so much bulk. And there's cards here I may need, as I do try to collect every card in the set, including reverse hollows. You know, some sets, like Prismatic Evolutions, kind of make it hard to collect every reverse holo when you got like the regular reverses, the Pokeball, and the Master Ball reverses. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind if you're starting a binder and you run out of space. You might have to get a bigger binder if you're trying to collect every reverse ball, especially with the Pokemon that are Master Ball reverses. The trainers will only get the Pokeball reverse treatment. But alright, there's that Suicune. Always cool to see Suicune. And this one seems to show up a little better than the Kyogre when it comes to it. Maybe a little bit. But alright. I know some people like looking for the swirls on these Cosmofoil holographics, so I don't know if there is one in there or not. It may not show up very well. Like, it shows up better when I look at it down at the camera, but when I look over on the monitor, I don't see the... I mean, you can see a little bit of the Cosmo, but alright. I put that off to the side. Usual stickers. Same old song and dance. Let's get in the packs, and let's hope this time these are better. Alright, I think I'll go with Surge Sparks first, with the Alolan Terraform version of... Oh, there I go with the camera again. Anyways, the Terra Alolan Executor. And at least the code cards, I'm glad they're not a spoiler anymore, especially now that the code cards have changed, especially with the Mega Evolution stuff. So at least the code cards don't really get me down like they used to back when they used to be like, you know, oh, be the white code card or be the black one if or not got a hit. But alright, what we got in this pack? Come on, something good, something good. I hope. Alright, we got a reverse hall counter gain. Terracoros, holograph, damn. 0-3 so far on Pokemon pools. I almost thought I had gold in there. The light was full in me. I was like, oh, that'd be cool if I pulled that gold Pikachu, because this was the set with Pikachu on it. Alright, we're in Twilight Masquerade. Gotta get one hit. Just one. If not, we got a Perk Aura pack coming up to end the stream. And now that I've been streaming for, well, I'm 10 minutes away from this being an hour-long stream, and knock on wood, there has not been any rumbles of thunder. I haven't heard any rain. If it's rain right now, it's very light, but I haven't seen it on the radar the last time I checked my phone. Alright. Let's see what we got in this pack. Alright, we got aggressive. Oh, I gotta knock my damn. I gotta get a new mic at some point. I keep knocking my mic. I'm getting anxious. I hate to say it. Oh, this wear is having me on edge, man. And like I said before earlier in the stream, with what it's causing me right now, it's been causing me a little bit of stress and anxiety. I hate it so much. I feel like this year has been quite the year. I hate to say it. I hope things get better. That's all I have to say. Alright, got a Leaf Young. Cool. Morpeko reverse. Darmanitan reverse. Dang. You know, holographics, they were nice back in the day, but now you get them in place of non-holos and you don't get anything better than a holo. Oh, that's a bust. So far, the best things about the football packs. Alright. Can we get some last pack magic? The only perfect order pack here. If not, like I said before, and this is not the reason why I'm taking a break from card openings, but it is part of the reason. Because believe it or not, even the last time I bought some stuff like a week ago, I didn't get like any hits. To the point that I'm like, wow, I got a bunch of duplicates other than a few reverse hauls I didn't have. After a while, these sets, then they're getting smaller too on some of these sets. It's like the subsets are pretty big. As Makuhita stares you down. But anyways, I don't know, after a while you kind of have to be like, maybe it's just better to buy the individual cards. Maybe not spend the money on the packs. Some people say, oh, don't buy singles. Well, buy what you want to buy. Don't listen to the people that tell you what you should buy. Hell, people all the time used to tell me, oh, don't open up your figures. You know what? I'm getting to the point where I'm thinking about becoming more of a loose figure collector. I don't care about value. Yeah, I want to take care of my figures. But at the same time, I'm starting to run out of space, and that's why I've kind of stopped buying figures on a regular basis. Because then I have to sell stuff, and I'm not about selling my figures. But alright, there's that last code card. And of course, always cool that the code cards all look like this now. There's no different code cards. It's just only the codes are always different. But just, you know, something that you guys might already know from previous streams. Let's see. Can we finally get something? Well, there you go for you again, Joshua. Some Blue Wire Energy. Alright, can we finally get a hit? Something. Anything. Alright, should be coming up with a reverse holo here soon. Reverse holo Jaw Fossil. Scatterbug. Okay, finally! A hit! And it's what I haven't pulled. Last pack magic came through with a Mega Zygarde EX. And I believe this is a full art. Not the special illustration rare. Alright, I'll take it. That is our hit of the stream. And the only Pokemon hit of the stream. Better than nothing. I'll take it. Alright. So we end with a hit. Ooh. I was about to be like, please, let me end on something. I'll take anything. And you know what? I'll take the Mega Zygarde EX. Because there's people who talk trash perfect order. Well, guess what? I've actually had some decent luck with it. So, yeah, it's a better set than some other sets I've opened. Like, I don't know, Phantasmal Flames. Ugh. I set that to Charizard that still isn't worth the hype. Sorry to say. But whatever. Alright. That's it. That's the stream, guys. And probably for the time being, if you are watching over on YouTube, this will probably be the last RHC TCG upload for a while. I know the channel has kind of been on the verge of just being there. I'm sorry with how things have been changing. I've even tried to change things up, now adding everything besides just Pokemon. But even sometimes I have a hard time finding football cards or finding baseball cards. It's getting hard and hard to get stuff right now. And stuff's getting more expensive too. It's like, man, stuff that used to cost $20 a box is now getting more expensive. Like closer to $40 a box nowadays. And that's not even talking about the secondary market either. It's just getting harder and harder to be a collector right now. That's why I've kind of moved on from Rock On Keep Collecting to Rock On Keep On Gaming. But I still keep collecting. I'm still a collector. Even I do collect games too, alongside I collect my trading cards and my action figures. Alright, so let me see what you said here. Oh, God, Josh, I can barely read your comments. Papa Pump, his reason for... Oh, I want to do the Scott Steiner voice. Okay, let me get a drink so I can do it. Because I can do a decent Scott Steiner, so hold on. In the voice of Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump. His reason for having a break. Home improvements in the main 95.5% reason. And the partial reason is a bad being. Josho, I was trying to read your comment, dude. You popped up too soon. All right, I'll forgive you for that, dude. I'm trying to read it. Let me go to my phone real quick, actually. Let me go to my stream on here because I'm trying to read on my OBS chat and I can't read it very well. So hold on, let me try this one more time. I'm gonna go over here on the phone and I'm gonna read it verbatim for how you typed it. So give me another moment. All right, let me make sure. I also don't want it. Oh, dang it. Hold on, guys. Let me just mute the audio. Okay. Big Papa Pump. His reason for break. Home improvements is the main 95% reason. And the partial reason is bad Bard being the 4.5% reason. Now combine that with my star math at times 2, that would make it 199.9%. The reason for it due to bad weather. Now I'm gonna pull from the last pack times that by another 2. You get a chance of 399.8% chance that he'll make a return after he's back. That's the math for you, dummies. Numbers don't lie. They spell disaster for you. Okay, I had that last one just based off Scott Steiner math promo. Yeah, I know this isn't accurate, but I love Scott Steiner. Oh yeah, definitely. Especially recently, I've had Scott Steiner as part of my team on the My Rise mode, where you have to get the legends to help you if you choose them to go against the XE Mutiny. Having him alongside DDP and Tristratus as part of my team. But okay, yeah. So that's it. I guess I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up here. Josho, thanks for being here in the chat with me, dude. I don't know if I'm gonna be back on the stream later. I'm keeping an eye on the weather as we speak. I might come back for my WD2K25. I might just keep it kind of short, but it depends on how things are going. Because right now, as I'm looking at my phone, I'm gonna check the hourly, and I'm gonna see what we're expecting. Doesn't always mean it's gonna be accurate. Because I want to at least play a little bit. If I don't play 2K25, I might go back on GTA, but maybe not as a live stream. I'm just trying to check some of the local weather apps, and I try to check every one. Yeah, I've got 60% chance, 60%, 40%. Yeah, probably a no-go for me streaming tonight. Well, besides this stream, when it comes to a gaming stream, I kind of want to play it safe. Oh man, I wish I did Scott Steiner do that Steiner math on My Rise. That would have been hilarious. Oh yeah, definitely. But alright, I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up here. So if you're watching over here if you're watching on Twitch, I'll come back again at some point when the weather's not crappy to do some more gaming streams. Maybe I might do face cam, I might not, because well, this light bar is probably better during the day, but at night, until I get some better lighting in here, it's probably a no-go for streams. It might look a little weird. Maybe I might use it. I don't know. As for YouTube, I'll still stick with the main channel, the main Revolution Hell Cowboy channel. But as for RHC TCG, well, for the time being, this will be the last thing I put on the TCG channel until I've felt it's time for me to come back. Maybe when things, settle down with the card hype, when things become easier to find. Affordable? I don't know. But also with some other things I have coming up, well, maybe it's just best for the time being to just buy cards here and there, but that's really about it. It's been fun. I'll hope to come back on this channel at some point if you are, like I said, if you're watching on RHC TCG, where it'll be live or on the replay. Joshua says, no worries, John. Take care. Stay safe. Most of all, game on. I think it's a fist bump. Yep, thank you. Fist bump to you too, Joshua. I'll chat with you again at some point. I'll try to pop on for your My Rise stream, which won't be until, well, since the time difference over there, you'll be doing the evening. It'll be like in the wee hours of the morning for me, closer to like 2 or 3 in the morning, while for you it'll be like 7, 8 p.m. whenever you do it. So I'll try to pop on, depending on when you do schedule it. But if not, I'll try to catch a replay for it. But alright, I'm going to wrap it up here. So guys, thanks for watching. Rock on. Keep collecting. Stay safe, especially when there's severe weather. And until the time comes, I hope to catch y'all next one, where it'll be on here on Twitch, if you're watching on Twitch, or over on my main Revolutionary Cowboy channel. As for RHC TCG, I hope to come back someday. But alright, guys, take it easy.